In fashion, Unit 2, Level B1 by Diego Rodriguez. Before the 1950s, there were no fashion just for teenagers. Young people usually wore the same kinds of clothes as their parents, and they listened to the same kinds of music. But all that changed with the beginnings of rock and roll. In the 1950s, young people actually had their own music. For the first time, rock and roll was lively and exciting, and teenagers wanted new fashion to go with it, so why they wear it. Some teenage boys followed the style of their favorite singers like Buddy Holly and Elvis Presley. In the 1960s, things changed quickly. Bands such as the Beatles and the Rolling Stones became popular. Fashionably young women wore very short dresses and miniskirts. The older generations was shocked. The 1960s was also the time of the hippie movement. Young people were interested in the hippie movement. Young people were interested in ideas of peace and love and wanted to make the world a better place. Many young men had long hair and wore sandals, some kind of loose shirt and very white trousers. The punk music of the 1970s and 80s was loud and angry, and the trends matched the music. Punks didn't want to be dressed or fashionable. They wanted to shock people, and they wanted to show that they didn't like the fashion industry. The band second-hand clothes that looked old and dirty, and wore their hair in colorful and usual ways. In the 1980s and 1990s, Black American music called hip-hop became popular all over the world. Hip-hop stars wore loose tracksuits or jeans with trainers and often a cap. They sang about money and fast cars. They loved to show how rich they were, so they wore lots of gold rings, necklaces, that kind of thing they called this blind. Thanks.